It was supposed to change automatically. How is everyone? This is Chris Gingras here. I'm a Crown Diamond with Max International. And first of all, thank you for joining me here today. I know some of you are probably going to join me a little bit later. And one thing that I would love for you to do is for all the speakers that are dedicating and transcending the knowledge that we get from the Accelerator 2022. Give him hearts, share some comments, give him some thumbs up, let them know that they're doing well. Because at the end of the day, the knowledge that you are getting from these sessions are the kind of knowledge that the seven figure in the industry actually do. And today we're dealing with day 59. Really excited about this. Just to share my screen very quickly here. I think you should be able to see that. On day 59, I'm not going to leave this on the whole time, but day 59 is important. We're talking 2 months here, right? And I want to share with you what Eric shared, and I'm going to add some of my insight, keeping in mind I've been in this business for well over 23 years full time. I've been with Max International for almost 15 years now. And you know what? What happens is a lot of the situation that occurs into building your businesses, we have gone through this over and over and over. And eventually it's a repeated history. And because of that repeated history, we're able to share with you our experiences on how we handled ourselves around some of those challenges. And you can probably see here the title is Fall in Love with the Process, Not the Results. And I think this is one of the biggest challenge, and we'll talk about that in 4 different group success levels in the past 60 days here. But what happens is people are so driven on the results that they are getting or not getting and building all of their emotion around that. And one thing that I came to really appreciate is the process that you are going through. Because when you build a business like this in network marketing with Max International, you are developing a different side of your character that maybe you never had a chance to do it in environment of, the job environment, or even being self-employed, maybe with a few employees if you own the business. It's a very different environment. And it's the kind of environment that as you grow as a person, as you evolve as your person, you will find that your check will increase. But if your check is doing well, but your growth has not occurred and your personal growth is not occurring, and people see they're not seeing that development in you, what's going to happen is you may find your checks going down and down and down and down, because what's happening is you have not grown, you have not evolved. And that's why these trainings are so important, to help you measure some of the things you do or don't do. Now, there is 4 different groups of success level in the past 60 days, right? Now, we've started this on January 3rd. That's when we had the very first session in the Crown Diamond Global Impact. And I want to thank you for committing. And I want to thank you for those of you that are taking the time and attending this presentation. And like I said, maybe some of you will come a little bit later. Maybe some of you will watch it for 3 minutes and walk away. Maybe some of you will watch for 10 seconds and walk away. It's entirely up to you. The information is there for you, but I want to congratulate you for being here. And the one thing that I'd like to start by talking is the 4 different type of groups in the success level, right? The different groups in measuring their success level in the past 60 days that I'd like to share with you, because I'm seeing that generally with the people within this organization, within this group. As you know, Tammy and I are overseeing a lot of leaders all around the world, and we're able to see what's happening based on the activities that you're doing. And you have those that have gotten great success, right? Wonderful success. And they're thriving, right? They're investing, they're doing things, they're starting different businesses, and this is wonderful. I'm not saying that's what happened in the past 60 days. I'm obviously talking about in the past 9 years, but in the past 60 days, what's happening is some of you are seeing some great results because you took action, you did the activities, and things are evolving and doing well. And also, there's those of you that are seeing some growth, some team growth, maybe not so much of an income growth, maybe a little bit, but you're starting to see some kind of growth occurring in your business, which is good because you are in the right track. And maybe some of you have seen the training that Anne and Dr. James did yesterday, the training that Tammy and I did a couple of days back, in reference to reaching a core rank, reaching the bronze, which is your core rank with Max International. If you're able to get to bronze and able to duplicate the bronze within your organization, that is the foundation to grow your organization, right? So if you've seen that, congratulations. If you have not, I really recommend you go and just scroll down a little bit and see some of the videos that were there. One of them, there's a timer there. Just skip the timer and go right to the training. And it's a 10-minute approach on how to build the foundation to grow your organization. First of all, for you to reach your core rank and to duplicate the process. Now, maybe some of you are seeing some of that, there's growth within your training because you're taking action on some of those things. Maybe that those of you are having, internal growth, but it's not necessarily apparent yet, right? You're not actually seeing the results right away. And sometimes that could kind of feel a little bit discouraging. But here's something I want to share with you here is often what happens is the change is occurring internally. It's occurring in your beliefs. The 4 core beliefs, for example, your belief in the company, your belief in the product, your belief in the industry, your belief in yourselves. And this might increasing. And because of that, you're starting to feel good, but maybe that the growth is not showing yet within your organization. That's normal. And I'm telling you this because these are stages that you'll go through into building your max business. Now, I'm using an example here in the past 60 days, but think about this from the day you started with Max International. Maybe some of you are in that 4th category where you are completely frozen. You just don't know what to do. Things are not happening. Things are not moving. Things are in a standstill. And that's what I want to talk about here. I want to help you process the challenges that you might be facing. And honestly, folks, I can tell you that some of the things that you can change and improve on. I would like to talk about that. Number 1 is faith, hope, and belief. Earlier, I just talked about your 4 core beliefs. These are things that you can evolve and you can improve upon by educating yourself, right? One of the things that I recognize is that there's some people that are hoping, that are praying, that are wishing for things to change, but unfortunately, they're not doing the activities that will cause those changes. And the point here, before I get into the conversation, because that's really a very important aspect, is once your belief changes, everything changes. But if inside your mind, your belief level is not there, it will affect your downline. It will affect your organization. It will affect everybody around you based on what you say and your attitude towards it. So what's really important is, 1 is you need to recognize that. So the thing is, some of you are struggling with having faith in yourself, which is normal. The human body is very interesting. We are like banks. Think of a bank. When you think of a bank, what is it that you do? You get your money, you put it in the bank, you make a deposit in next week or next month or whatever, you add more deposit. What happens? Your bank account increases. That means that your assets are starting to grow. Your value is starting to grow. Well, the mind is a lot like that. Every time you do activities and you get results, what happened is those results are what we call a credibility bank deposit that occurs into that credibility deposit bank of yours. And as you are accomplishing a few more things, what's going to happen is you're going to make more deposit. And these deposits increases your belief and increases your faith in yourself. And This is how often you start changing and evolving. But first is you need to take the action, and you need to recognize when you've done something well and not just kind of forget about it because it's not big enough. I'm telling you, whatever small deposit, if you understand the meaning of what I mean by deposit, whatever small deposit you make, you need to recognize that. Whatever, regardless of how small it is extremely significant for that person, you. So keep that in mind. So struggling with faith in yourself, this is something you can work towards in improving by recognizing the things that you do well and keep doing the same things that you've done that got you to do and to get the results that you got when you were doing well. But no matter where you are today, what you need to understand is network marketing is a journey. And sometimes we're so focused on the income associated with what we are gearing ourselves to earn. In other words, we're so focused on the results that we're completely overseeing all the steps and all the stages and all the things that you've done internally that got you to where you are today. You know, there's some people that I have worked with and trained for many years, and their income has increased, of course, but not to the level that they desire. But man, the person that they became, that they are now today compared to when I first met them, it is night and day. It is night and day. And they're happier because people around them are recognizing and looking up to them. Do you understand what I'm saying? This industry of network marketing is one of the most incredible industry that is a self-improvement system attached with a compensation plan. You understand? And the more you evolve, you will find it will impact your check because you will have an impact on other people. So the fact is, again, no matter where you are, folks, understand that it's a journey. And you need to forgive yourself. If you're not happy about your performance, about the results that you didn't get, the goal you set and you didn't even close to get to that goal, forgive yourself. Let it go. Shake that off. Shake it off. Don't get stuck on the emotional roller coaster of that situation, because that emotion is what will keep you where you are. That could be the reason why you're not evolving. I hope that makes sense to you. So faith, hope, and belief. These are these are stages that you will evolve, where you have faith in yourself or lack of faith in yourself. You're going to work and you're hoping to get the results, which is in line with your beliefs, which we just talked about. The other thing that's important is, what do we do in our business, right? If we go back to my screen here, and here we are. Okay, if I go back to my screen, is the next one is conversation. See, our business is all about having conversation. So the point is, how much conversation are you having on a daily basis? Are you having conversation with people? Whatever the conversation may be, I guarantee you, if you follow our training, there's always a way for you to gear them towards looking at what we have to offer as an opportunity or as a product. But it's all about conversation. And the fact here is, quality is as important as quantity. I hope that makes sense to you, right? Hi, Chris. Hi, Jose. Thank you for joining in today. Really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it. So again, folks, I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your feedback. Let me know if there's anything that makes sense. If I share something that you like, let me know. I'm telling you, it just brings us some joy, and it gives us that extra edge to want to give you more. So just food for thought. Okay. Now, so the fact here is, it's all about having conversation. And the thing is, understand that the quality of your lead is as important as the quantity. Often there's an expression where you're lacking skills, you need to make up in numbers. You need to understand that. If you're talking to one person and that one person says no, and in a month later or 2 months later, you talk to another person and that person says no, sometime it may take 7 people before one says yes. Imagine if you quit after your second and third, and that's what a lot of people do. And then they're ready to judge the industry right away. Say, this doesn't work. This company doesn't work. These products are too expensive. I understand that the inflation has increased and products may be a bit expensive, but this is a company that pays you for telling others about it. And I do recommend you get back with your upline leadership to be trained on what is the best approach, because we've done, a lot of trainings, what we call our success cycles on the process. And again, we talked about it on your core rank training. But the fact is, it's all about conversation. And the other thing too that's very important is plan, do, and review. See, what's important that you understand here is as you are building your business, okay, as you're doing the activities, some things that you're going to do are going to be amazing and you're going to have great results. And some things that you're going to do are not going to have the results you're looking for. But if you keep doing the same thing that don't bring you results, you do realize that you're not going to have the results you're looking for. So what's important is what this plan do review is plan a strategy. We'll talk about at the end of this session here. Plan a strategy for you to approach and to build your business. And if you need to learn how to plan and need some help on planning, go back to some previous videos and listen to any one of them and go back and pick some that makes sense to you based on the title or based on the information that you see, like day 59. And there's a lot of information to give you some clues on what they're talking about, and listen to the content that they're talking about, because that could be the clue to help you plan. And then you execute that plan and then review your results. And the reality is that if you do that every single day, folks, you eventually will get better. But you need to review what you're doing and change what you're doing if you don't get the results. If you do that, you become unbeatable if you continue to plan, do, and review. You will never lose. You will never lose, because sooner or later, you will find just the right temperature that you're comfortable with, and the results are there and they are showing. It's really that simple. So I find often is people keep trying the same thing that did not work, and they try it again, did not work, but they don't review, they don't spend the time to analyze what they did right or wrong, and they have no idea what's working for them. And unfortunately, they walk away. Where the reality is, this could be one of the most amazing opportunities they ever came across that could have changed their lives and the lives of everybody in their lives within their social environment, if you know what I mean, family, friends, and so forth. Okay, so plan, do, review is very important. And the other point that's important here is do it messy. I'm talking especially to the perfectionists out there, right? That are afraid on what others may think of them if they do something and it doesn't look good. That is a big time showstopper for many, many, many people. So understand that the key is for you to start. I'll give you an example. I've known with my wife, she's having a hard time sometimes with social media tools. But you know what? She keep doing it. And sometimes she does some amazing products. She does some really good stuff. But sometimes it doesn't go so well. But this is what I love about my wife. She doesn't care. She will keep doing, she will keep trying, and she will keep pushing. And I'm telling you, sooner or later, my wife, Tammy, is going to be amazing at this stuff. And she is a natural. She's not shy, right? Where in my case, sometimes I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to screw up. So these are things I need to work on, and I'm doing them. And I am doing it. And so that's the message, folks, is do it and mess it up. It's okay. Don't worry so much of what other people think. And let me tell you something. Sometimes people love to see the natural you, the real you. And actually, you may get more likes and more response and more comment on something that you may hate that you did, because people felt and saw the real you and the transparency and the vulnerability of you. I'm telling you, as an enormous, and today more than ever. So that's the do it messy. That's the message here. And the other thing that's important here on the last point here is manage your expectations. This is a really, really big one. I took a lot of notes on this one, because what's going on here is people get so wrapped up into the details of what's not working. And one thing is, I'm sure you've heard me say, and many others say, is what you focus on and think about will expand. The more you focus on the problem and the issue, the bigger that problem and the issue will become for you. That is an understatement. This is like a natural law. So, what I'm saying here is don't get wrapped up on the details, okay? And just kind of understand that sometimes things don't turn around as much as we'd like to. It just doesn't happen that way. Just let it go, shake it off, right? Another thing I want to talk about often is, some of us have been doing some assignments, and some of you maybe have been trying to do some assignments, right? And and unfortunately, in doing these assignments, thank you, thanks for the feedback, really appreciate that, because there was an important point. Thank you for acknowledging this. So what's going on here, folks, is that often we have assignments, and you try the assignment, and then suddenly another assignment kicks in. Every day we have different assignments and things. And at one point, you feel like you're so far behind the assignments that you just give up. You just give up because you can't keep up with what's being assigned. And my message here is not to worry about things like that. The assignments are there to guide you, to get you off that comfortable chair, if you understand the meaning, and for you to do things that normally you probably wouldn't do. So maybe some assignments you didn't do because you didn't feel it, you didn't feel up to it. But maybe some other assignments, if you tried them, you could have had some amazing results. But don't get wrapped up on things that you just can't keep up, right? You set yourself a goal to reach bronze by a certain time, or to reach gold by a certain time, or platinum, or maybe you were trying to go for diamond and you were just there, and unfortunately something happens, the pandemic hit, the whole thing went belly up, and you turn around and you just you feel discouraged. You feel, oh my God, this is just not happening. What my message to you here is, don't get paralyzed by things that don't go in the way that you were expecting it to go. Let that stuff go. If I may just share, let that shit go. Excuse me. I never speak that way, but this is something I'm very strong about. Let it go. Don't hang on to the negatively associated with things that you're not happy with. It's not worth it. Focus always ahead. This is what we do, Tammy and I. We focus ahead and we look on the possibilities. And I'm telling you, the possibilities are amazing and endless. And this is why we're always able to come back up, regardless of, how hard we were hit, right? So the fact here is that what's very important is that you keep moving forward. When I share often and I say, stay the course, stay the course, is to give you that extra encouragement, not to stop because things didn't go well, because this is how life works. And when things don't go well, sometimes they are lessons for you to learn. And if you persevere and in a consistent way, moving forward in doing the activities, and again, what are we doing? It's having conversation. It's all about having conversation. This is our goal in our business, is having conversation, not sign them up and sell them. It's having conversation, and for them to decide if it's something of interest. And if it is, that's when you move forward. Okay. So I'd like to finish this with an assignment. We have 30 days, as of tomorrow, we have 30 days left. 30 days left for our 90-day run. And maybe for the first 60 days, maybe some of you, didn't do. Thank you for the feedback. Appreciate that. Staying the course is so important. But here's the thing: maybe the past 60 days you didn't do anything, but there's 30 days left. And here's a kicker: we got a promotion with Max International right now. And again, I suggest you watch the call rank and it's there, or go to the Max blog and it's there. Okay. My recommendation is follow the guidelines in reaching your bronze. Even if you're already a rank above the bronze, help someone in your team get to bronze. And the goal is to sponsor your first 3 people. Maybe that's what you're going to do this month. Maybe some of you can go for an extra 3 and go for 6 and get the incentive. So if you sponsor 3 people, Max will actually send you $25. If you turn around and you get 3 more, you will add another $75 for a total of $100 for doing that. And while you're doing that, you are building your business and getting into your core rank. And if you help your team, do the same thing, do you realize what can happen with you? And in that training, the reality is we're aiming for bronze, but if you do what we're telling you to do, some people are amazing and you can go a lot faster than you do, and you can reach silver just like that, because there's a plan. It's being executed, but what's important is to review the steps that you're doing to execute that plan. So the assignment is make a plan for your next 30-day sprint and how this would look like. And if you're willing, post it into this group. What is your 30-day plan in line to the promotion that's there for the month of March with the reaching a core rank that was applied? Look at all that stuff and write a plan, and I would love for you to share it in this group. Love for you to share it for this group. And if you don't, that's okay. But if you do, I assure you, you will really appreciate that. So this is the assignment that you see here. Make a plan for how 30-day sprint might look for you and your team, especially if your team gets involved and they agree to participate. You might be very surprised on the outcome of your results. So I hope that this session was helpful, and I love your comments. Let us know what we're doing, how we're doing. Give us your feedback. Some of you have done that. I really, really appreciate that. Really, really do. At the end of the day, what's important here is that you take action and have as many conversations as you can and leverage from your upline leaders that are earning income with Max International, the kind of income that you're thriving to get, and get them involved as a third-party credibility. That is something that I just did a training on that last Monday on the Go for Diamond call. If you didn't get it, you can go back and listen to the recording. It's there. If you go to activeteamtraining.com, you can access it there. Folks, we want you to succeed, but you need to take the step forward, right? We can only bring you to the water. You need to drink it. You need to choose to drink it. So everybody, it was a real pleasure to chair. And again, thank you for attending today. And I hope that you're going to stay the course for the next 30 days and give it a last shot. And let's finish this month with one of the best months you've ever seen. Bye for now.